In the fast-moving world of entertainment, where new headlines can shake the industry in a matter of seconds, sometimes there comes a piece of news that doesn't just shock, but has the power to change the course of someone's life. That day, a story swept across the Asian entertainment scene like a storm, especially among fans of drama, music, and Chinese idols. Wang Yibo, a name that's far from unfamiliar to anyone who has witnessed his presence on stage or on screen. With a face that radiates calmness, yet eyes that carry 1,000 untold stories, he has captured the hearts of millions. A masterful dancer, a gifted singer, and an actor capable of turning a single glance into the most memorable scene, he is the kind of complete package that rarely appears twice in one generation. But this time, it wasn't a drama role that pushed his name to the top of the trending charts. Instead, it was a rumor so massive, so extraordinary, that it made fans around the world stop, stare at their screens, and wonder, is this true? Is Wang Yibo really going to leave Asia? The rumor claimed that three giants of the global music industry, Universal Music Group, Sony Music, and Warner Music Group, were in a fierce battle. Not for a casual collaboration, but for the chance to bring Wang Yibo to the international stage and possibly to live in America. Behind this rumor lay a single moment that sparked it all. A dance performance, which at first seemed like just another show at a private event. But for those who saw it live, it was something else entirely. His movements were precise, bursting with energy, yet flowed like water. There was elegance that captivated, but also a strength that couldn't be put into words. In a world where many can dance flawlessly, Wang Yibo added something that could never be taught: soul. And from there, it all began. A music executive who happened to be present captured the moment and sent it into the inner circle of the American entertainment industry. Within hours, the video had reached the desks of the top executives of the biggest music labels in the world. And within days, those three names, Universal, Sony, and Warner, began sending teams, proposals, and even initial offers. On the other side of the story, the news also reached someone very close to Yibo, Xiao Zhan. Publicly, their relationship was known as a rare mix of professionalism and friendship. They had shared stages, shared laughter, and faced storms of rumors together. But for loyal fans, their bond went much deeper. When Xiao Zhan first read the news, he fell silent. A pause that might mean nothing to others, but in his eyes, something had shifted. Was it pride? Worry? Or fear? No one knew for sure, but one thing was certain. He didn't want to lose Wang Yibo's presence by his side on stage. Meanwhile, social media was in chaos. Hashtags like hashtag WangYiboAmerica, hashtag SaveYibo, and hashtag YiboStay began trending worldwide. Fans were divided. Some believed this was a huge step worthy of his career, while others feared he might lose his identity if he stayed abroad too long. And amid all those voices, Yibo himself remained silent. It wasn't silence out of indifference, but silence born of understanding. He knew that every word from his lips could influence the direction of this story. He was weighing his choices, not just for his career, but for his heart. Because behind those tempting offers lay a consequence that could not be ignored: distance. Imagine, from the world he knew, the language he mastered, to the stages that had become his home, everything would change. The cheers that had always called his name in a familiar accent would be replaced by applause from thousands of miles away. And among all these considerations, one thought weighed heaviest on his mind. Would this decision sever the bonds he had built over years? One quiet night, Yibo sat alone, staring at his phone. A message came in from Xiao Zhan. It wasn't long, just a few words. "Are you sure you want to go that far?" No emojis, no excessive punctuation, but every letter carried weight. A few days later, a closed-door meeting took place at a luxury hotel. Representatives from the three giant labels sat facing Wang Yibo and his team. Offer after offer was presented. Exclusive contracts, world tours, collaborations with top global musicians, even promises of producing an international album with an unlimited budget. Who could refuse? But in the midst of these glittering promises, Yibo only smiled faintly. He knew that outside that room, millions of eyes were waiting. waiting for a decision that could make history or leave a scar. And then the plot twist came. Instead of immediately accepting or rejecting, Wang Yibo made a condition that shocked everyone. If I go, I want Xiao Zhan to be part of my first international project. The room fell silent. The executives exchanged glances. This was not only unusual, but also risky. But for Yibo, it was the only way to ensure he wouldn't walk this new path alone. News of this condition leaked, and the entertainment world erupted again. Fans from both sides began debating, media outlets wrote bold headlines, and the hashtag Yijan International exploded. And in the midst of all the noise, one question lingered in the air. Would they go together, or would everything fall apart here? Finally, after weeks of speculation, Wang Yibo appeared on a live broadcast. With a calm smile, he spoke softly but firmly. "I'm not going anywhere, at least not alone." Instantly, the comments flooded in. Some fans cried with relief. Others were more curious than ever. Did this mean he would stay in Asia? Or was this a sign that he and Xiao Zhan were preparing something bigger than anyone had imagined? And that's where we leave this story. With curiosity still hanging in the air, with hopes still suspended, and with the certainty that whatever Wang Yibo chooses, he will step forward with a heart still connected to those who have been by his side from the very beginning. Because in the entertainment world, where there is light and shadow, there is one thing no contract, no matter how big, can ever buy: loyalty.